I put racists in check immediately to the point where as soon as I do what I do psychically, they start acting nice and human. And I do it ethically, and I don't have bad karma. And I want to start talking about that. So there is a lot of racism, but I deal with it so well. I don't care because afterwards they're better people. You can clear people's racism psychically. Now, there's different ways that you can do things. When I first started, rituals, witchcraft is sort of what I was doing, and that's using tools outside of yourself. But then as I became more advanced, now you can do things psychically, and that's using your own energy with different manipulation techniques. If I enter into a situation, depending on how egregious, meaning if it was really bad or just subtle, microaggression or outright racism, you can send telepathic messages to let them know that's not acceptable, and there's consequences if they continue. If it's really bad, there's different shielding techniques that you can do for yourself and for them to have the outcome that you want and desire. These are psychic resources. And even more advanced, you can make them pay karma for their racial harm that they cause. So racial justice. So if they've caused harm with their racism, you can do enough just for that particular situation, or you can make them pay for their entire life's worth of harm they caused by racism. And in doing so, it clears their karma so they can move on from that. This is situational based, only 1-to-1. And, but yeah, you can do it. And I wanted to tell you guys that because we have a lot of power as melanated women. And I only work with Black women, so I'm going to let everyone know who wants to learn these skills and techniques. You can reach out to me, look in my link tree, and go to book a consult and tell me what you want to learn. And I will just say this for everyone. What I teach you, do not tell. I don't tell a lot of my secrets because as soon as you tell people, they can use it against you, they can defend. Sometimes you just knowing and not telling anyone is enough for you to have enough power in the situation. It's people's lack of knowledge that gives you an edge. If you tell everyone on the internet, which is what I'm not going to do, then they can easily defend. But I do things karmically and ethically, meaning I do it where I have no it's your energy, it's your actions. And the thing is, you don't even have to do the work yourself. You can just call in the beings who do justice work. Do you know who those beings are and how to invoke justice work and do it in a way where you are not on the receiving? Because bad people have guardian angels too, right, who defend them. So you want to do it in a way where it's karma neutral. You don't get in trouble. It's their energy, but you also don't get attacked by their team who thinks you're attacking them. So if this is something you want to learn, I think all Black women should learn it in this 2025, in this day and age. But especially if you travel solo, and make it so when you go into a restaurant and someone's taking a little bit too long, you can just give them a little suggestion that makes them up their game. And if they don't pay attention to the suggestion, you can do more involved things as anyone would do. Now, of course, there's rituals for this, but I'm like, who has to go home and get supplies? So there's different levels. There's witchcraft and what are outside of it, but then there's psychic. I think white people call it chaos magic or something, but that's really, it's just psychic. Like they just do a lot of it. White people tend to get into like, when they're not into like the pagan rituals, it's either satanic and demonic, or it's, they call it chaos magic. There's all this weird crap. I don't know why, but you ain't gotta do all that. It's just psychic. It's just psychic and working in the realms. So if anyone wants to learn this, talk to me. I'm only gonna work with Black women, and the Black women I'm gonna work with, we're gonna talk very closely about you keeping these things secret to yourself and understanding if you tell people, you lose your edge and then it doesn't work anymore, right? So contact me in the link tree if you want to know. I think this is something, you want to get it to the point where racism doesn't bother you. Because when I walk into a place and they're racist, I'm like, this is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. This is your energy and what you've done. I just know how to invoke the beings that make sure you pay for all of it. You can pay for it gently. You can pay for it the hard way. Like I said, it depends on how egregious the situation is. But it's your energy. I'm just using it against you. You know? So don't be racist. It's not hard. And I find it's about half, you know, and sometimes you can just send a little psychic telepathic message and that clears things up. So it doesn't even have to get to that point. So if this is something you want to learn, empower yourself, learn the gifts and ability we are as the goddesses and creations and source to live a life where it's a beautiful life and racism doesn't bother you, because you can quickly turn it around and even turn that person around and clear their karmic debt. They got to pay for it. So depending on how egregious it's been and bad they've been, how much pain they cause, that might be painful for them. But if it's not that bad, it's sort of nothing. It's just a little nudge, you know. But it's their judgment. You can invoke judgment. You don't have to wait till they die. Anyone can do this. It's just knowing how. And then, FYI, if I teach you how to do something, I also teach you how to make sure it doesn't work on you. So how to make sure no one can do the same back. Whatever you do to others, if I'm telling you about something, that means I've already fortified myself so it won't work on me. I cleared my karma. So there's nothing for you to work with. Right? So you can't reverse it back, because what karma? I already cleared it. I'm empowered. I'm not one of these people who just live in life not knowing the rules. I know the rules. I have wisdom and knowledge. Right now I want to share it, because on so many other things I'm like, will you learn how to do witchcraft or work with a root worker? Because I don't know why you're crying. Clear this up immediately.